It's Tuesday the 30th of April 2019 and I'm at Chorleywood to do a walk along the Chiltern Way long distance footpath. Now joining the route of the Chiltern Way, which comes in from that road on the right, and Chiltern Way turns right from that road and goes along the road ahead. The main road bears left, but Chiltern Way continues ahead along Old Shire Lane, following the county boundary between Hertfordshire and Buckinghamshire. And that's the way forward along the Chiltern Way. Further along the road, there's a good view over to the right. I've just stepped off the path into Phillips Hill Wood to see this reasonable bluebell display. First real display I've seen this year. The tarmac surface has ended and Chiltern Way is now following this unmade path by the side of Phillips Hill Wood, which is on the right. While doing this walk, I thought I'd take the opportunity to thank you all for watching the videos over the years. There's quite a lot of them now. I do greatly appreciate it. And I'm out on this brilliant sunny day, walking this section of Chiltern Way. I hope you enjoy the rest of this walk with me. Thank you. The first rudimentary indication that we're on the Chiltern Way. I haven't seen any of the normal Chiltern Way signs yet at all, and the path now narrows. Seems to be descending slightly. Further on the path gets a bit more shaded. It's very warm today. We now seem to have entered Phillips Hill Wood, and the path is still descending. Beautiful woodland. At this point the main path turns sharp left, but Chiltern Way continues down here. We're now definitely entering Phillips Hill Wood. Now following this wooden fence, I've been following it all the way since the turn in the last clip. This does feel quite remote here, but the only thing is there seems to be continuous aircraft noise spoiling the peace. Lovely bird song though here. The path bears left and climbs, now with a barbed wire fence on the right as well as the wooden one on the left. I must say that the way marking in this area is shocking. In fact, it's non-existent, so you definitely need either an OS map or the Chiltern Way guidebook to follow the route of the Chiltern Way here. This is the first one I've seen today of these normal Chiltern Way waymarks. We're about to enter a field, and we're entering something called Newland Park. Now following the path along the right hand edge of this large field. We come to this road, but fortunately take the bridleway straight ahead. Across the road there are waymarks galore, also something called the Chiltern Heritage Trail, which I've not heard of. At least the Chiltern Way signs are now back to normal. Lots of them in fact. The bridleway goes through some majestic woodland. Chiltern Way now crosses Chesham Lane and takes the Kissing Gate ahead. The next path is narrow and enclosed. After 2 Kissing Gates at the end of that narrow enclosed path, we come to multiple paths. I think it's this one in the centre of this clip. Now the next field to the gate ahead, and there's a roadworks sign after that. I hope there's not going to be a problem. We're now following this dark path down to a road at Chalfont St Giles. By the way, there wasn't any problem with those roadwork signs at the last clip. Now at the main A413 road in Chalfont St Giles, we take the path opposite where that man is walking. We've got to cross this main road first. Now in the meadows of the River Mishbourne, with the view of St Giles Church ahead and more aircraft noise. Now crossing the River Mishbourne, which appears to be completely dried up. We have had a lot of dry weather lately. Now walking beside the churchyard of St Giles Church. Coming to the high street at Chalfont St Giles, lots of long distance footpath sign. As you can see, we've joined a section of the South Bucks Way as well. That's pointing back the way I've come. Here's a view of the high street at Chalfont St Giles. Chiltern Way and South Bucks Way cross the high street and go down this track. Later along the path there are some magnificent trees, and up there we take the right hand fork. We come to Mill Lane, follow it for a few yards, but take the path ahead at that left hand bend that you can see ahead. Chiltern Way next heads along the edge of Bycroft Plantation. At this path junction we fork left and over to the right. There's a decent view. The path climbs between fences. Where we forked left in the last clip, we left the route of the South Bucks Way, but we're still on Chiltern Way, of course. Near the top, and now looking back, there's a great view over the Mishbourne Valley. Through a Kissing Gate and the path continues. A climbing field over to the right. Later, Chiltern Way climbs on this very wide track. At this gate we fork right. Along here. The path opens out, but it's still narrow and enclosed. Over to the left, wide views. The path ends at this road, Bottrell's Lane, but the walk doesn't join the road, instead it turns sharp right. Straight up there towards that gate, and there's a Chiltern Way sign. After the wide track in the last clip, we come to this grassy path with great views ahead. Following this fence on the left. In the next field the path dips and rises again, and truly astonishing views ahead. In the dip there's a great view ahead to the right, and there's the clear path of Chiltern Way continuing. As looking back, wide sweeping views all over to the right. Well, to the right in the direction I'm travelling. There's the path again. At the next gate there's one of the new style Chiltern Way footpath way markers. We're going to descend to a road, I think, now from this gate. We cross this small road and take the path ahead. This path is all ups and downs. I've climbed and now I'm going to dip again. Chiltern Way has now crossed to the other side of the hedge. The hedge bears away to the right, but the path continues straight across the field. Now Chiltern Way goes across this field. I think there's a gate under those trees ahead. Now Chiltern Way follows this narrow path with a fence on the right. Coming up we've got to cross the main A355 road, but we take a path opposite. On the other side of the road the path goes down this steep flight of steps. After the steps the path follows this hedge on the left. Later the path goes along the edge of Hart's Wood. The path now becomes this shady lane heading for Coleshill village, which is where I shall be leaving the Chiltern Way today. Now passing the Red Lion, Coleshill. There's a view of All Saints Church, Coleshill, and this is where I'm leaving the route of the Chiltern Way today. I need to make my way towards Amersham for the train back. And there's a view of the pretty duck pond at Coleshill. I've just been to the bus stop here and there's a bus in about an hour, so I might go in the Red Lion, see if I can get that bus. I'm now walking towards Amersham. I misread the bus timetable. Bus was on Saturdays. On Monday to Fridays I'd have to wait yet another hour. Well, I'm not doing that, so I'm walking down towards Amersham Old Town at least. And at least on the path that I've joined, there are some decent views. And there's the path. Further on there really are good views across the valley. The path has now turned to the right. Well, at least the path is scenic. This area seems to be called Gore Hill. Well, I finally got to Amersham station. I got a bus from Amersham Old Town. It was 20 minutes late, the bus, but I finally got here. So that is the end of today's walk along the Chiltern Way.